What's up, guys? Welcome back to our episode again. We are still on the user interface, and this is the last explanation of the user interface. So, we said earlier that we are going to find what are found in the file area and also explain a little bit about the file side. So, let's move on. When you come to the file area, we have a series of commands here. First of all, we have the new. The new deals with what? The project in which you want to open as a new into your building area. We also have the family, in which when you want to create a new family, you just have to come to the file, then you use the arrow here to open the pop-up. We also have conceptual design, and we can also bring in what, or create a new title block, and also create what, a new annotation symbol as well. So this is what the new does here. Aside that, when you come to the file again, we can also open a files in which we can open a cloud model, a project in which we've done recently. We can also open a family here and also open a Revit file. Aside that, we can have what, a building component, and also we can bring a different file type such as what, IFC file, and also IFC options. So this is what the new also do here. So when I click on open, it browses me towards my other sample files in which we explained earlier. So when you have any sample file, or when you have any template from the previous year, like the Revit 2021, Revit 2022, you can just browse from here by using my computer. Then you search for your file, then you open into your Revit 2023. So let's come back to the file again. Under the file, we can also save your project, and you can also do a save as port into a different name. So when you've worked or you've updated any file that you've worked on, you can do save as, so that you update maybe the client name. So the save as helps also you to identify various elements or various files, as well as you can also save a new template and also save what, library as well. So under the library area, you can save family, you can group and also save. Under the file also, we have the export here. So under the export, the first thing I'm going to talk about is what, the export or the card format in which we can export via card. So when I click on card, I can use these three arrows, three commands. When I open it up, I can use these various options to set up my card files in which I want to export. Aside that, I can determine the line in which I want to export, and also the patterns or the hatch in which I want to export. Aside that, the text, the colors in which I want to set. So we have the index colors, we have the specified in view colors, which is the true colors in which we are using. We have the solid area, we have the unit and the coordinate area. So you decide to set the unit in which you want to export with. We have the general settings here, in which we can export room space and room area in polylines, as well as we can also determine the year in which you want to export your file. So we have 2018, we have 2013, we have, so this format normally picks the type of Autodesk or AutoCAD year in which you have on your machine. We also have the option here in which does about the hide scope box. So if you want to hide your view box, or in Revit we call it hide scope box, if you want to hide these various elements, you just have to check here. And also if you want to export views on sheet and the links as an external ref, an external ref helps you to what, underlay various drawing plans in order to help you to what, provide your details on it. So this talks about what, the AutoCAD or the card format area. So when I click on OK, or I should cancel it, right. Also, I can use this export option to select various sheets. So show in list, I can select sheets in the sect. Also, I can select sheet in model, in which I have the options to select the various sheets here. Also, I can use all views and all sheets in model. So I can select all the views and all the sheets in which I want, then I'll export it. So this is under the export area. Under the card, we have the DS file, we have a whole lot of files in which you want to export and transfer into various software as well. Also, you can also print out PDFs here. When I come to the PDF, I can directly print out PDF by selecting the type of PDFs in, or the types of drawing in which I want to send into a PDF. So this is how it works. I can select all in view. I can select portion of as a current video, and I can also print PDF in the current window. Also, these options here helps me to set the size or the area in which I want to zoom, either by sheet or either by 100%. So this PDFs also helps us towards print our files in PDF. You can also explore more here. If you have any question, you can ask from the lectures. Okay, aside that, we are still on the file area. We can also print from here. We can do batch printing, print by view, print by setup as well. So we are moving on into the option area. So under the option area helps you to what? Under the option, we have the general, the user interface, the graphics, we have the hardware, file location, rendering, spell check or check spelling, we have the stereo hues and the view cube and the macros. So I'm going to start with the general and explain what the general does. So under the general, it does with what? The notification, giving you a notification time, where to set your reminder time. In maybe this one is 30 minutes, so every 30 minutes Revit or the notification is going to send you a message that you have to save your file. And also, when you are dealing with a central model or a synchronized model, you also can set a time for it as well. So this area picks your user interface. You can also change it to the user interface that you want. Aside that, we have the journal, file backups or cleanups. You can decide to save your files with a number of 3 as a backup file, as a cleanup file. Also, we have work sharing update frequency. So with the frequency, it's set at what? 5 seconds, which helps to update every file that you have. So we have the view option. Under the view option, it determines what? The plane or the view in which you want to see. So this under the coordination does about all the coordination, all the various disciplines like the structural, the architecture, the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. So the coordinate deals with everything that you want to see here. Also, we have the user interface area. Under the user interface area, these two help us to what? Eliminate various tools that we don't want. So when I uncheck here, it means I'm going to eliminate what? The architecture tab and its tools out from the user interface. Also, I can do same for the structural tab and the tools, the system tab and the mechanical tools as well. So this user interface help us to what? Bring out, turn off some various tools that we don't want in the user interface. You already know what is the user interface and explain what the user interface is. Aside that, we can get what? Keyboard shortcuts, also create a custom shortcut. So under the modified area, you can use MD to locate your modified area. And also select links. You can also create your own shortcut by using maybe SL, which means select link. You also have select underlay element, select pin element. So this space here helps you to what, create your own shortcut. So when you browse through, you can see the various shortcuts Autodesk has provided internally for us. But in order to help you work fast, I think it's best you just have to sit down, create various shortcuts you want to use in Revit. But bear in mind, when there is a shortcut created here, like the TW, you can't use the same thing again. You have to find additional letter to it as well. So we have the double click options. Under the double click option, you have to determine how, when you double click, maybe using the right or the double click area, what you get. Some can edit a view template, some can edit a family, some can deactivate certain stuff. So this is just to explain. You can explore more. So we have enable recent files last at home. So when you uncheck this, or when you check this, when you go back to your recent area, as the first user interface was explained, the files that in which were open will not be seen when I uncheck this. Aside that, this option also creates a place to see my return previous tab, and also stay on the modified area. So this here helps me to determine where I want to see when I open my user interface. So aside of view switching, I can use Control plus Shift plus Tab to determine my various panels in which I want to see. And also the visual experience. Do I want my user interface dark or light? I can determine it here. And also use a hardware graphics acceleration if available. I can also check if I have a graphics hardware acceleration available here. So under the graphics tool, these are things that you can go through: how to set your background color, the selections in which you want, the pre-selections. When you get an alert in Revit, these are the colors that is going to pop up. Calculating, bar editing. So these are the various things that we'll be seeing or we'll be using. So it said temporal dimension text appearance. So the temporal dimension text appearance is 8. The background is transparent. You can also set it to what? An opaque. We have the hardware helping us to run our software. So the video card I'm using is what? NVIDIA GeForce. That's the video graphics card I'm using. So driver's version also explained here. I have the file location. So remember early on with our first user interface, we're having some files here. I can also uncheck. I can also bring out or take out some of this metric system, some of the metric architecture assembly. I can take them out. When I take them out, it's not going to show in the user interface. Also, default path for user files. So where do I want to save my files, and where do I want to keep my Revit template or my Revit family, and also where do I want to create my point cloud as well. So you have system analysis workflow that talks about the system with the AC and other stuff. You have the rendering aspect here too. We have the check spelling. So these are settings in which helps you to check your spellings. You can also go through. And Autodesk Revit, which language am I using? American English. I can also change if I'm an Italian, German, a French, and also a Spanish as well. So these are the various things that the check spelling talks about. So he said additional dictionaries. You can also insert various dictionaries here as well. We have the stereo wheels. Talks about the view cube, how to rotate, and our opacity as well. So the view cube also talks about how to rotate our 3Ds, the inactive opacity. If you want 100, we can do. If you want 75, we can do. Do we want to have a fit view on a view change? So these are various options that we can go through here as well. Under the macros, application macros security system enables application macros, document macros security. So these are other options too we can work with. So I hope we've run through the user interface under the file. Under the file, we've explained this, we've explained the options. So in the videos to come, we are going to use the structure tools to work on our structure model, explain everything here bit by bit for you to understand how to place in beams, how to place in walls, columns, as a novice, as a beginner to an expert. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you. Bye for now.